Your website doesn't need more traffic. It needs to guide the traffic you already have. Hey, I'm Jacqueline, and I've redesigned website navigations for B2B SaaS companies that saw click-through rates increase over 144% and doubled clicks to the Products tab itself, which I'll show you later in this video. Every page you've ever published does not need to be in your navigation. Here's the mistake I see on almost every B2B SaaS website that I audit. Navigations are cluttered, disorganized, and have way too many options, which end up killing conversions. For example, if we look at Palo Alto, they're a huge technology company with maybe 70,000 plus customers. So they are established. People have probably heard the name before, but if you are a new user and have no idea who Palo Alto is or what they do, when you come to their site and specifically their navigation, you might be overwhelmed and confused. Look at this wall of information, wall of bold words coming at you right now. We have two different platform categories, and then within those categories are 4 columns in the first one, 2 columns in the second one of maybe products. And then within each of those products, there's a list of bold small words that I'm only going to assume are features specific to that product, specific to that platform. And so we're not really doing a good job of grouping information and telling the new users where to go for that question that they had that they need answered, for that specific feature that they might be looking for, because I'm overwhelmed. There's so many features. There's so many different firewalls here and advanced blah, 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 that I'm not sure where I need to look. Another example I have here is Mercury. They're a financial tech company, and they have a very clean aesthetic on all their marketing materials and specifically their website. However, when I'm looking in their navigation, I'm not sure where to look. I'm not sure where they want me to click. There's 5 different columns in here, and they're all visually designed to be the same weight and the same importance. And so when I look into each and they all have different products, I'm a little bit confused on if buying one gives me specific products, or do I get everything and these are just different products for the different feature. It's not very clear when I'm in the products tab and see 4 different product headlines, right? If these are different features or if these are different products specific to banking, perhaps we need to call it a features tab to make that a bit more clear and make that connection quicker between the product you're getting and the feature that it has. So that way you're scanning for information and you can easily know where to click. Right now, I'm not sure. Everything feels the same. I'm not guided to any particular action, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we just want our user to guide themselves, to learn for themselves. And that could be the intent here for Mercury. But as a new user to the site, I don't know where to click. And seeing 4 products under the products tab, that confuses me. I'm not sure why that would be specifically separated or specifically called out when maybe these should be solutions or maybe they should be features. So it's a little bit confusing for the new user. And here's the deal. When everything is important, nothing is. Studies show that reducing choices for new users increases purchase rates by over 10 times. Fewer choices lead to more people buying. Think about that. Clutter kills conversions. Without very clear hierarchy, users hit a wall of information. You have to sort and group information to guide users down specific paths. Learn more about features or diving into your product demos. When users don't know where to go, they'll leave. You paid for users to get to your site, and then they bounce before moving themselves down your funnel because they don't know where to go. Now, shifting gears to what a more polished navigation might look like, let's take a look at Cisco, another huge technology company, a name you've heard of. They're in like every office building, but when you look at their navigation, it's very clean, it's very clear. The left column here are the product and services that I can click through to learn more about, that I'm probably already searching for on Google or ChatGPT or Claude to kind of compare different products out there. And then you'll notice over here on the right-hand side, the width of the navigation, these feel like more of suggestions. These are recent things Cisco wants you to know about. Their free trials, their deals, things like that, that maybe aren't of high click importance, but do add value to you as you're searching. You're looking for these different products. Maybe you want a deal. Maybe you want a free trial before you jump in. And so it's kind of grouping information in a way that keeps you very focused on products, but also offers a few different paths if you want to just learn more. Another example is Monday.com. very large project management platform tool that works for a lot of B2B SaaS teams, pretty well known. You've kind of heard that name before. So when you come to their site and they have a very clean navigation, it is rewarding. You kind of already know what you're looking for, and that's probably part of the brand recognition play that they have going for them. But you at least have very clear grouping happening. You have the platform over here to dive into how it works, the behind the scenes of making everything happen and working with your current tech stack, and the different products. So if I'm scanning for different words like email, for example, I'm scanning, and I see it in the far right here. So they're doing a very good job of grouping information for users who are here already having a bit of an idea of what they're looking for and want to just scan for keywords to learn more and take themselves down that path. So that's what I want to iterate. When you have a navigation, you are presenting yourself to new users that may or may not have heard of you, may or may not have used you before, but they have maybe an idea. They've gotten to you somehow through a paid ad or through Google. You want to make sure that you're presenting information in a way that is very clear, takes them seconds to understand where they need to go to learn more and get answers to their questions, or provide alternative paths if they have no idea where to start or no idea where they want to go. So if they want to learn more, they can easily scan for that type of information. Now, when I talk about reducing clutter, here's a perfect example I worked on with a client where the products tab got 2 times more clicks within it because grouping information, organizing information, pulling out information that's unnecessary is actually going to get you more engagement. It's actually going to drive more conversions because your users are more focused. They know what action to take. And so this is the before. We had a products tab that had 4 different products. 2 of them were nested in one. They had a full middle call out of the product that you were hovering over with a CTA that competed directly with our top right nav CTA, and then a features list that was exactly the same no matter the product you clicked through. And so when I jumped into the project to help organize this information better, I knew that the features not being different no matter what product you were looking for just needed its own tab. We needed to pull that information because having a user look through 3 columns and then multiple rows in those columns, it's not guiding them or answering questions quickly. So looking at the redesign for this project, you'll notice that I took the features and pulled it out and made it its own nav item. So its own nav drop-down list for features. You see them all at once because they all apply to the different products that you would buy into. Within the products tab, I cleaned up and simplified what you're looking at. You want your users to click and learn more about your product? Give them brief information that gives them enough of a clue that if they click into this, they get more information about that product, right? So this increased click-throughs by 144% because it was simplified. It was guiding the user and it was grouping information in a logical way that users are used to. High-performing growth teams don't list every page they've ever made. They guide users through a path where every click has a purpose. Now, if you watch this video and you're thinking, this is great, but I need someone else to do it for me, that's literally what we do at Jacqueline Designs. We audit your site, strip out the clutter, and redesign it around how your buyers actually think so that every click leads to something. Use the free intro call link in the description to chat with me about how to turn your navigation into a guided path. It's a quick call, no pressure, just a real conversation about your site. And if you found this video helpful, leave a comment and let me know.